In today's video, I want to talk about the importance of what you're thinking that creates your entire reality. I want to reiterate this concept for you guys, for those of you who are new to manifestation, for those of you who have been here for a while and still you're paranoid about it. You still are paying more attention to the absence of what you want rather than the presence of it, because all I can hear in the comment section is, but how do I do it? But how do I do it, Neyah? But if the evidence, if reality is like this, reality is like that. Let me tell you something. Reality sucks, and that's why who you pretend to be, if you live more in your imagination, and reality will suck really less than what is sucking right now. Okay, let's get started with today's video. Hello everyone, my name is Neyah, and on this channel I talk everything about manifestation, esotericism, and so much more. On Patreon I do make extra videos and podcasts. Like, for example, this week we talked about the Kabbalion and the law of rhythm. Super interesting. Join the community. My DM coaching and all my services are listed down below. Let's get started with this video. Hopefully I'm gonna be quick, but seriously, I want to touch a few points. The first point is, you guys are way too paranoid sometimes. And I am like, usually I'm the kind of person that is like, you're not doing anything wrong. You just need to find your own way of manifesting. And I do believe this and I swear by it, and this is true. But at the same time, like, we cannot lose time being paranoid. We cannot lose time focusing even more on finding more information about the law because you just didn't figure it out yet, when there is really nothing to figure it out apart from everything is mind. The first hermetic principle, all is mind, everything is consciousness arranged in different forms. You are consciousness, therefore if you are consciousness, you can affect consciousness with consciousness. So you are the god of your reality. But you cannot become the god of your reality if you do it for a while, if you do the affirmations or whatever techniques that you're doing, and not only you waver, but it's like you are so paranoid about everything and you still identify with the old version of you, or even the old version of your specific person, the old version of whatever circumstances you're in, and all that you're saying is, oh, I don't see it in my reality, I am checking this and that. Like, this is my favorite. I have been doing so good. I was so confident about my manifestation, and then I checked Instagram and now I'm just lost. I don't know what to do. Why are you checking? Why are you checking? I don't understand. If you know that your imagination creates your own reality, what is there in the 3D to check when you can just stay here? Another one of my favorite is, oh, it's really easy to say, but if this circumstance is happening for me, how am I going to do it? How am I going to pretend that I'm a millionaire or I have all this money if I cannot physically go to the shops and buy those stuff or buy the house or whatever? In your imagination, first and foremost. In your imagination, that is the answer. And if you cannot visualize or imagine, that's fine too, with the affirmation, with the persistence of the affirmations. Affirmations are nothing but thoughts, and you cannot fool your subconscious mind. Like, there is this saying of like, your subconscious mind doesn't understand the difference between what you're saying is true or false. Yes, but then your subconscious mind is not stupid at the same time. Like, if you are affirming for your specific person, fair enough, and you're doing great, and then like a sneaky little child, you just go and check and say, let's see where my manifestation is at. In that moment, you cannot fool your subconscious mind. Where are you coming from? From what state of consciousness the urge to check is coming from? Is coming from the state of consciousness of the absence of what you want. And so, because you cannot fool your subconscious mind in this sense, is recording everything, you are technically paying more attention to, I don't have it, than what I have it. Now, if you just do it once in a while, relax, nothing is gonna happen, you're still gonna have your manifestation, because it's your dominant thoughts that create. But if you do it all the time, like dominantly, consistently, who are you fooling? You're just fooling yourself, because you cannot fool your subconscious mind in this sense. So you can't fool the subconscious mind by repeating the affirmations, because obviously you're creating a new pattern and new thoughts. And obviously it's going to take it for granted, but you cannot fool the subconscious mind by repeating, and then wavering and checking and then going back and then focusing subconsciously on the absence of what you want. I hope I'm clear. And you guys, you know, if you have been doing this, and it does not matter what is your favorite way to manifest, whether it is visualization, whether it is affirmation, scripting, I don't care. But this is key to everyone. You need to live more in your imagination. Let's say, but how can I live in my imagination when I don't have the money to, I had this one on TikTok in my Italian videos, so it's not necessarily from you guys, but it was from a girl I remember in Italy, and she was like, yeah, but if I don't have the money to buy all the luxury stuff that I want to buy, how can I believe it or whatnot? First, you don't have to believe it, you just have to repeat it at the very least. But second, I said it millions of times, in your imagination, you imagine yourself buying those items, buying those clothes first in your imagination, and you live more in your imagination. Third, if you want to take any sort of action, I will suggest you to go in those stores and at least try those clothes, because if you're even afraid to enter those luxury stores and even try those clothes, how are you gonna get there? How are you gonna get there? Like, get in those stores and try the jewelry, try the clothes. Nobody's kicking you out. Like, I mean, you can just try and just pretend that you're rich and just say, hey, I don't like anything today, I'm not gonna buy anything. I did that and it worked. But the point is, whoever you pretend to be is who you're going to become. I mean, there are so many stories that I always tell to my clients. Like, I'm gonna give you a very super famous stories. Comment down below if you know it. Jim Carrey, I think that's who he was. Like 101 law of attraction, law of assumption story. He had this check, and you know this story, right? Of Jim Carrey. He had this check. He signed a check to himself for 10 million for acting. He carried this check with him all the time. Now, the check doesn't manifest. It's the fact that he believed that he had that check. He assumed that he was going to get those money for acting. He assumed that he was famous way before anyone was noticing him. And then later on down the line in his career, he got the same exact check of $10 million for a movie. That's the power of assumption. It's not the check in and of itself, it's not the technique that you select, but it's your dominant assumption. Other stories, people that win the lottery, because, you know, and I'm going to make a different videos about this. People say, oh, you need to take action necessarily. Actions can help if you want to, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Like, I heard like so many different stories of people winning the lottery, even after years of just visualizing the fact that they were winning the lottery. They were diligent though. They always knew in the back of their head, they were repeating, they were visualizing that they were winning the lottery. And some people tried even for 12 years and then it came true. You understand? So it's like whoever you pretend to be in your head, not physically, but in your head, it's bound to find a manifestation. So another point, stop being paranoid about everything. Like, for example, I posted on my community post a sentence of the Bible of Jesus that I really liked, and it was funny because I said, oh, you know, if Jesus says it, you don't need any other coach. It was like something funny. And Jesus said in the Bible, he said, whatever you ask for, if you believe you have it in prayer, you're gonna get it. Like, assume that you have it already and you're gonna get it. That's in a nutshell what Jesus said. And then people get stuck into the sentence of, yeah, but how do I ask for it? It's like, what do you mean, how do you ask for it? In the moment that you desire, you are asking for it. In the moment that you get a thought of a desire, I desire a cake, I don't know, I desire my specific person, you have it. You already have it. It's done. Creation is finished. So how do you ask? That's another paranoia. Just by desiring, it's all consciousness. It's all in your head. So there is really nothing secret about manifestation apart from you need to really assume it. But how do I believe? Repeat it. Like, some people can do it. I can do it, for example. I can just be so delusional and assume that I have something, and I'll just say it once and I don't think about it ever again, and instantly it just comes to me, or like super fast. But that's because I've been practicing the law for so long. And some people can do it, and if you can do it, great. But some other people cannot do it. And if you are not one of those people, don't you worry. Just repeat it, because you need to create new habits of thoughts. So if you have been conditioned to believe that you're poor, or that you're some specific person, or the love of your life or whatever is rejecting you all the time, and you don't get what you want, well, you need certain repetition to imprint this new habit in your head. But the only thing I'm asking you is to stop checking. Reality sucks. There's nothing to check. Stop freaking checking. Stop checking bloody Instagram. Stop checking more knowledge about the law, unless it's something that you do to push you in a good mood or for entertainment. But if you're checking because you want to find the magic sauce, I'm here to end the search. There is no magic sauce. You just have to assume it. How? Repeat it if you don't believe it. Repeat it, even if you don't believe it. And when the manifestation is gonna come, you will believe it. But the point is, whatever you pretend to be in your mind, it's bound to find manifestation. So find a way to direct your thoughts and stop checking. Because I don't want to hear anymore, I was doing good, everything was fine, and then I checked Instagram. And I'm going to tell you the last story, because it's already 10 minutes of video. When I started YouTube, my second channel. Now, the chances of your second channel going better than your first one are already slim, according to every YouTube expert. The chances to go viral with your second channel are very slim. Look around. Are there many people which second channel goes better than the first one? Not a lot. There are some. Obviously, there is the exception for everything. So I already was starting disadvantage. It was my second channel. And when I created this channel, I just did it, and I never, because I came from the previous experience of my first one that I was still, and I still do once in a while, I never checked. I never checked the algorithm. I never checked the analytics, not even once, because I knew that if I was going to check the analytics when I was having not even 1,000 subscribers, I was going to focus on the absence of what I wanted, or the absence of the money that I wanted, or the virality that I wanted, whatever it was, right? So I never ever checked. But in my mind, I was doing the affirmation. My videos are always going viral. I was living as the version of me that my second channel was even more successful than the first one. I knew better. This time around, I just knew better. I knew what to not pay attention to, because YouTube is a pendulum at the end of the day. And if you want to know more about pendulums and things like that, you can just head on my Patreon. You can read Vadim Zealand. You can read The Principle of Rhythm in the Kabbalion and many others. But leave pendulums aside. Like, I knew I didn't have to check, because that was the absence of what I wanted. So I lived more in my imagination. I never ever checked the statistic analytics, or what they're called. The comments, yes, because I love to hear your comments, but I never checked the analytics. In my mind, everything was good, doing wonderful. In my mind, all my videos were going viral. And I stayed consistent in it until my best friend, actually, when we were in London, she was on YouTube on my channel, on my second channel, and she said, Virginia, my real name, Neyah, have you noticed one of your videos is going viral? And I was like, what are you talking about? And for the first time after 6 months, I checked the analytics, and whoa, I got blown away by the money that was there, and it was exactly what I was affirming for. And then I stopped checking again, because you never know. Every time I checked, in general, for my manifestation, especially when I was manifesting, every time I checked and the manifestation wasn't there yet, I focused more on the absence of it than the presence of what I wanted. Because who you pretend to be in your head is bound to find manifestation. So I'm asking you today, who you are pretending to be in your reality, in your virtual reality, which is like, you think the 3D is reality. Is not. The real world is the spirit world, is in consciousness, it's over here. So who are you pretending to be here? Every day, you can't fool yourself. What are your thoughts? What are you talking to your friends? What are you paying attention to? Oh, it's hard, it's difficult. Stop saying that it's hard. Do you want your desire? You can do it. It's all a matter of focus. Now, I'm gonna make a video if you guys are interested, for people who do suffer from ADHD and ADD, which is attention deficit disorder, and ADHD, because that it's a disorder. Yeah, you can affirm that you don't have it anymore, of course, but let's say that you can't do that and you still want to find a way with that disorder to focus your attention. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to do a video about that, because that's a peculiar instance where you might struggle keeping focus, and I totally understand that. But for all the other people, or people who are affirming I don't have that disorder anymore, then who you pretend to be is who you're going to become. It's just a matter of retaining that focus and your dominant thoughts. You can't fool yourself. So pay attention to your speech, pay attention to what you're checking, possibly don't check, and leave more in your imagination. Stop focusing so hardly on the 3D. I can't buy it, I can't do it, I can't text or whatever. No, you can. Every single time you can close your eyes and see it in your head. Every single time you can affirm for it, and that's more than enough. You don't need to do necessarily anything in the 3D. And the more you live here, the more the mirror will respond to your state of consciousness. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if it was helpful, share it, thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe and hit the ring bell button so you always get notified about my new videos. I love you guys, and I see you very soon over here and also on Patreon. Bye!